pale if it feels fear, and red if it's angry. When it mates, the male inseminates the female by introducing one of its tentacles into her. When the copulation finalizes, the female will try to devour the male because it won't eat again until the young are born months later. Usually, the female dies because of weakness shortly after the appearance of the eggs. With each laying, the female has to watch over about 150,000 eggs. The octopus is a nocturnal animal. During the day, it hides among the rocks. If it doesn't find shelter, it builds it by piling up rocks on the bottom. It's also common to see one sheltered among the coral and trying to block the entrance. The octopus is a voracious hunter. Thanks to its unsuspected intelligence, it ambushes its prey, pushing them into a corner of the coral and surprising them at night while they sleep. But octopi, in turn, are the favorite prey of morai. The flexibility of the octopus is amazing. It can introduce its tentacles into the smallest niches of coral in search of food. The octopus's most rigid organ is its eye. Whatever its eye can pass through, literally, all of its body can pass through. One of the keys to the survival of the species is its adaptation to its habitat. The octopus is almost perfect in that. Its ability to mimic, elasticity, its ink to frighten off predators. But its most formidable adaptation is its intelligence. It can identify colors and forms, and not only associate those colors and forms with meaning, but remember them for years. Swimming next to a manta ray is a real privilege for a diver. It's like swimming next to one of the giants of the ocean. The manta ray can measure more than 8 meters across and weigh more than 1,400 kilograms. Although the manta ray is present in all the temperate waters in the planet, it continues to be a stranger to marine biologists. Our knowledge about them is almost equal to ignorance. The first documented sighting dates to 1798, and ever since then, it has continued to be a mysterious animal. Until recently, we didn't know if the manta ray belonged to the family of the sharks. In the ocean, a great paradox occurs. Many of the species of large size, like the mantas, the whale sharks, and many whales, feed on the tiniest beings, plankton. The manta completes its diet with small fish and squid. Part of our enormous ignorance about these wonderful animals is due to their inability to live in captivity. It's difficult for an aquarium to have sufficiently large pools. When this has been tried with manta rays, they have refused to feed and died a few days later. Fishing with harpoons has severely reduced their population in many places. Their exact population is not known, and for that reason, we can't be sure that they are actually in danger of extinction. Nonetheless, they have been cataloged as a threatened species. Their recovery will be difficult as long as we know so little about them. We think that they can live more than 50 years, but there are many things we don't know about their reproductive cycle. We know that they can have 1 or 2 young, but we don't know how long it takes the eggs to hatch, where they hatch, or when. The docile behavior of manta rays has encouraged divers to grab a hold of them and let themselves be taken through the water. Nevertheless, some biologists warn that when doing so, a diver can take off the mucus that covers their skin, the mucus that protects them from bacteria and microorganisms. Sometimes the activity of the diver can be aggressive, even when he has the best intentions. But human beings are rarely satisfied with contemplating things. We immediately have the urge to touch things. And it isn't easy to resist that urge when the colors are so attractive to us and so intense. It's not a whim. Nature has equipped these animals with showy scales to communicate to others. In order to identify the same species, to attract females, or to warn predators that they may be poisonous. But we are only captivated by the message of their beauty, or by their impossible anatomy, like the unicorn fish. One of the things we still have pending with nature is learning to enjoy without interfering. The promotion of tourism has allowed the Maldives Islands to develop their economy, although great deficiencies persist in their population. Their fame as a privileged place of rest and the fame of their exotic beaches has grown parallel to the promotion of diving on its reefs. Every year, thousands of scuba divers dive in their waters. Many do so for the first time and are absolutely amazed when they realize that under the sea, there are similar serpents to those they already know on the surface. Just as overfishing can deteriorate our seas forever, massive diving can be so harmful that we may have to deny divers the chance to discover the fascinating undersea world full of life. In our world, saturated with artificial images, the ocean offers an endless and natural spectacle. Coral reefs are home to thousands of species, as if they were underwater jungles. Among their walls, life is not hidden to our presence. For that reason, we never lose our eagerness to observe and touch, as if our senses were recognizing the world around us for the first time. In the Maldives Islands, most of the tourists thought that when they returned from their vacations, their best memories would be of crystalline waters and pristine beaches at the feet of palm trees, illuminated by sundown. But after this underwater baptism, they will remember images of a world that they will never be able to fully describe.